Solo said the console wars is officially over because Xbox has officially put Halo on PlayStation. I never thought I would see the day where Halo would be on PlayStation, dog. And this is a very, very, very sad day in my opinion as an Xbox fan because, to be honest, I used to be on that Xbox versus PlayStation stuff. I really didn't care. I really don't care at this point. When I was a kid, I did care, but nah, I don't care at all. But the console wars has been over for a minute. Xbox One, I believe, was a failure. PlayStation killed them, and with the PlayStation 5, I believe it's killing them with that. So it's been over for a minute. But I'm worried about the consoles because, honestly, PlayStation is always going to sell them. But I'm worried about the games. What have they been putting out? Xbox hasn't been putting out any good games in my opinion, dog. As far as like up to the standards to PlayStation, like The Last of Us and Uncharted, all those type of games, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, all those games, Spider-Man. There hasn't been any game in recent years that has been up to that type of standard. Now Starfield, I like Starfield, didn't finish it, but still like it. And heard that was a failure because I don't know anybody who's still saying that they are playing Starfield. Like, I think that was a huge failure. But Halo, that new Halo game that they came out with, I forgot what it's, Halo Infinite or something. That game failed. I believe they had an open world campaign or something like that. And the multiplayer, heard it was pretty bad. And I don't really hear too many people talking about playing that game anymore, man. They fell with that. Forza, they're still doing Forza, and that's most likely gonna go to PlayStation as well. It's very sad. It's very sad to see, but the games are what brings people to PlayStation, in my opinion. The exclusives. That's the whole point. PlayStation has some fire games, dog. In recent years, I feel like PlayStation hasn't really been cooking lately. The PlayStation 5 console generation has been pretty mid, I feel like, because PlayStation hasn't really made a game where it can push the PlayStation 5 to its limits, I believe. Spider-Man 2 was cool, didn't finish it, but it was still pretty good. And God of War obviously is good. And they remaking every Last of Us game. They keep remaking those games. So that's another problem that I have with PlayStation. They keep doing that. That's all I've been seeing them do. And then you have the Ghost of Tsushima and the new Ghost game that came out recently. So they're making stuff like that. But as far as like the other stuff, they ain't really been hitting. I ain't gonna lie. But still, even with those little bit of games, they still killing Xbox. And it's very sad to see that Xbox couldn't catch up and actually make some good games. Like why can't Microsoft make an Iron Man game or something, dog? Why couldn't they do something different than what the usual stuff is? I know they got Bethesda and all kind of stuff. They've been making those forgot what kind of games they be making over there, but they made Starfield, and once again, it was a failure. The Xbox Game Studio head Matt Booty, okay, he talks about Halo coming to PlayStation, and he said, "Our biggest competition isn't another console. We are competing more and more with everything from TikTok to movies." Okay, man, I guess. In the New York Times article, it says that Microsoft has decided to move in another direction. It is an effort to reach more gamers and to maximize revenue after the company opened its wallet to acquire major studios. Microsoft spent $69 billion on Activision Blizzard, which makes Call of Duty and Candy Crush, and $7.5 billion on ZeniMax Media. Don't know what that is. Whose portfolio includes the Elder Scrolls and Fallout. Okay. Juice Van Duren A market analyst and professor at New York University said Microsoft's newest console, the Xbox Series X and S, has been a commercial disappointment since releasing in 2020. Analysts estimate that it has sold at least 32 million units compared to about 80 million units of the PlayStation 5. So that just goes to show you, man, Xbox has been playing catch up for the longest. Xbox 360 was the last like really successful Xbox in my opinion. I'm not sure how good the Xbox One did, but I'm pretty sure it did pretty good. But the Xbox Series X and S, man, I already knew it was a disappointment. Don't really hear about too many people owning an Xbox Series X or S, man. I own an S, so I got it when it first came out. So I'm good with that, and that's been I've been getting carried by that console the whole time, and it still works good. So I appreciate Xbox for that. But I will say this, man. Since Xbox is putting exclusives on PlayStation, I would love to see PlayStation put exclusives on Xbox. But to be honest, Xbox, they're really in it for the revenue, and like they said, getting more gamers to buy their games and everything, and maximize the potential revenue that they can get from those, from the new gamers on PlayStation. And I don't think they can really make a call like that. I don't think they can even try to persuade Sony to do something like that, because Sony is giving them a chance to make money on their console. So that's just how it goes. I don't think we're gonna ever. Well, we did get Death Stranding. I'm not sure if that was an exclusive for a little bit, but then they put it on Xbox. And Black Myth Wukong, I believe that's another one that was a PlayStation exclusive. Then they put it on Xbox. So there's been a few, but we still don't have The Last of Us on there, which I don't think we're ever gonna get it. And Spider-Man, obviously not. So those games most likely never gonna be on Xbox, which I'm fine with. Those are made for PlayStation, and you know, the PlayStation is a really good console. Me personally, I don't think it's as powerful as the Xbox, but that's just a matter of opinion. But all in all, man, Xbox has given up, and they are in it for the money. They're in it for the revenue, and they're trying to compete with TikTok and movies. When movies are failing as it is right now, movies are failing. TikTok, I guess I can understand. I don't know how you can compete with TikTok. You're a video game company. What are we doing here? It's supposed to be competing against Nintendo, which they can't touch Nintendo. You're supposed to be competing against PlayStation. I don't know. I don't know what kind of quote that is. I don't know what he was talking about competing against TikTok, but hey. That's Xbox, man. That's Microsoft. They can do what they want. They got the money for it. But that's all I got to say. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe.